everyone, welcome to the channel. So we've got a really quick and fun video today. I'm using the Pixie Dust Designs Bunny Box. It's an adorable little treat box maker. I have a bunch of ideas. We'll see if they work, but let's get started. So at first I took some 80-pound cardstock and cut 2 bunnies out. And you'll have to do that for all of any bunny you want to make. And then I cut it out with felt, and it cut beautifully. And then to adhere the felt to the cardstock, I sprayed Elmer's Craft Bond in -34-degree weather. So now I had cut out the eyes, I cut out the bunny ears, and I cut out a little face. So I'm just making the most basic bunny. And I did put white felt behind the eyes. And I will say the felt glued really well to the bunny, but it took a while to dry. Like I put this box together a little sooner than I should have. So I'm gluing the eyes to the felt. One of my favorite things to do is to make one of the eyes just slightly higher, so it looks like they're looking off a little bit to the distance. It adds a little bit extra cuteness to the face. So then I added the nose and the mouth. And now I'm going to add the liners for the ears. So as you can see, this comes together so quickly. So I make another one after this one out of cardstock. So you can see how I do that. So just the basic bunny. And I will tell you, I put the tail on the wrong spot. I had to cut out a new one. It should not go where I put it. That's the bottom. It should have gone on the back of the head. So I did end up having to cut out a new tail. And I didn't want to take that out. I wanted to leave it in just so everyone could see what to do and what not to do. So now you fold your bunnies and you put them together so the square bottoms are glued together and the faces are away from each other. Or the front and the back. See, it took me a second to figure that out. So now I'm putting it together, and all you do is slide the ears through the slots. And I didn't let the glue dry all the way on the ears, so the felt pulled away from one of the ears. So I just glued it back on. It wasn't the end of the world, but that is what happened. And I had to wrestle a little bit because the felt lining was a little thicker than the cut, but it worked out. So I needed to glue get another tail and glue that on. So plenty cute, I think. So now with the paper, I am just using a Flirty Fuchsia from Catherine Pooler to do just a little bit of ink blending along the edges. And I did it on the front and the back. And now I'm adding a little ink blending on the tail, and I'll add a little to the ears and the facial features. And they come, look at the cute little glasses. So cute. So if you'll remember on the felt bunny, I did big eyes with eyelashes. And now I'm going to use the glasses, and I'm going to use the eyes that are closed with little lashes. So it's nice you get that choice. There's I think three different kinds of eyes in the set. And at the end, I'll show you the other set of eyes. So yes, you put the tail on the back of the head. I learned my lesson on that. And now I'm putting the nose on top of the facial features, and then we'll glue that to the bunny. The glasses are darling. Just darling. So now you can see I have little eyes off to the left there, gluing those on. I was going to do them stacked, but I decided not to. I glued one down and I'm like, oh, that's plenty. Aren't they cute with the little lashes? How sweet. Okay. So the eyes are done, so now we'll glue the nose and the mouth. And so the nose and the mouth come in one piece, and then you also get an extra die for the nose too. So you can add dimension Or if you just want to have the nose and not the mouthpiece on, you can do it that way. And you can see where I tested out my ink blending on the cardstock. So we're going to let that dry for a minute, and then now you just put the ears together and tuck them into the slots. And it holds like 2 fun-size candies, and you still have room to tuck a little note in there if you want to. So that is, how cute is that? Just adorable.
Okay, so we saw me make this, or glue the felt to this one. There's this little tushy. So cute. So the felt worked great, glued to a lighter weight cardstock. And again, we used the bunny box set from Pixi Dust Designs. And then I made a bunch. So this one's just clean and simple. Just using the products. The circles came from a flower set. It's like the center for flowers for the rosy cheeks. So this one's pretty clean and simple. So you can go as fancy or as easy as you want. And then this one I have a little bow on, and I did the eyes with the eyelashes. Because remember, you get a bunch of different sets. You've got this kind of eye, you've got eyebrows, you've got just the eyelashes, and then the open eyes with the eyelashes. So very cute. And then I did this. So there's glasses in the set, so I used the glasses and then just the eyes with the eyelashes. And the flowers and the stems, and again, they just have a simple little back, are from the new Easter basket set from Pixi Dust Designs, and it's these flowers and these stems. And then I did this one, and just instead of a bow on top of the head like this, I did the bow on his neck. So very cute. And then the last one, I opted just to use the nose and not the full nose and mouth. And then we did the closed eyes with the gold glasses, a bow, and then I made a little daisy chain on her too. So like I said, you can go as simple or as detailed as you want. And I do feel before you make these, when you have the pieces flat, if you want to write people's names on here, either for who's getting the treats, or if you want to use this for a placemat on your Easter table, that would be really fun too. So I'm just loving this little felt one. It's so cute. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.